A particular type of thinkers, and these are called thought leaders in the world. And there's a distinction between successful people and unsuccessful people. And if you're trying to be successful, you have to adopt the habits of people that have laid the foundation. So one thing that Jack Canfield, that's a great thought leader, and I follow him a lot on social media, he talks about how differentiate rich and successful people are from poor people. And I consider myself poor, not financially, but Poor in knowledge and information. But you get there and you continue to go and you continue to build. Rich people plan 10 years ahead. Poor people plan for Saturday night. So, you do have short-term goals. And I just don't wait until January the 1st to start working on myself. And that's kind of been this cliche, is, it started in the new year. My diet, my everything starts in the new year. No, it starts the moment you make your mind up to decide that you want better and you want to do better in your life, or whatever it is that's causing you problems that have you at a standstill. So I made some goals back in 2011 for 2020. Right now, it's 2017, 2018 coming. I got 2 years to knock this thing out. And so far, I'm on track. So holler at me in 2020 to ask me about my resolutions. I set them 7 years ago. So, and I'm working this thing. It's a work in progress. And some people think that's a long time. What if I never would have started? I'm in 2017 right now. If I hadn't started in 2011, what if I never would have started?
She is correct because
I still be standing there. Wishing.
She is correct because a resolution is something that we make.
Break it down.
So a resolution is something that we make.
I call it resolution.
Okay, well, resolution is something we make.
Okay.
And so what we should do is resolve. That is something that you have.
Okay.
And so if you can, a lot of people make resolutions, then we break these resolutions because they're not really resolving to do anything different. They're just wishing. So in other words, you need to commit. And so you need to get in this intentional process that she's talking about. It'll make you better and not a set of goals that you will never meet. So goals, those are admirable, they're cool, but resolve what you have to get to where you want to go. And so I think we should make a list of things we need to resolve in our lives before we get to two. You got a day or two. Make this list of things that you can resolve before you get to the next year so we can try to accomplish things, because these resolutions, they never are accomplished. They're always broken. So let's set a goal to resolve things. Let's set aside a time to practice these things. And so, for instance, if we want to resolve our eating habits, let's set a time during the day where we follow steps to resolve you eating fried food, candies, sodas, so on and so on and so on. So it's a very important for you to have this special time to spend with this craft that you're trying to resolve.
And one thing people need to understand also with a problem, if you have a problem that's pressing you, something like right in your face all the time, something you just can't seem to get rid of or get over, you cannot solve that problem with the same mindset and the approach that you ended up in the problem.
Oh my goodness.
What?
No, because I was telling somebody today. A lot of our people are emotionally unstable, and that means, I'm gonna tell you what it means. It's a mental disorder characterized by unstable moods, behavior, and relationships. And we have more than 3 million people in the United States who are emotionally unstable. And these things are treatable by a medical professional. But they can last for years or a lifetime. It requires medical diagnosis. You need to get some medicine for it. We are mentally unstable, but they don't believe it. Go ahead.
No, I'm just listening.
And you cannot resolve, like you just said, how are you going to resolve something and you mentally unstable? Just tell me that, please. Anybody? Call me at 901-260-5926. 901-260-5926. How do you resolve something when you are emotionally unstable? But go ahead.
And you all have to be careful who you are allowing to pour into you.
Hello, somebody.
You have to be careful who you consider the go-to person when you are in situations and somebody that feeding you information.
Mm-hmm.
You can look around most people that are really experts and say they can look at your 5 friends and tell you where you're going to be in the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's what these people, that's what they're trying to do.
Uh-huh.
They can look at your schedule. You tell them what you do in a day.
Uh-huh.
They can tell you where you're going to be in 5 years by your habits and the things
Mm-hmm.
that you do throughout the day. And if there was no need for higher education, if there was no need for scholars, if there were no need, and you could go and just right now in 2017 and get everything you need because of yourself, then there would be no need for people to have degrees or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to discredit people and their knowledge that they might have or anything like that. But there is a need for higher education. There is a need for graduate school. There's a need for doctoral programs so that you can be around people and you can also gain that type of elevation in thinking and also things that you need to put these things together for whatever your pursuit in life is. So don't think that you can just go off into this cave and teach yourself and come out an expert, because you cannot. And you need to have that authoritarian figure over some of this curriculum or whatever it is that you think that you want to enter into. The people, you got a lot of experts around. And then when you ask them to show the receipts, they have none. They can talk about everything. They the expert. They can give all kind of advice. But when you ask them, show me your receipts, what make you qualify in this particular subject, they have none.
And so with that being said, that's why it's so important to resolve rather than making resolution, because you cannot go at it alone.
Right.
Ditto to everything she just said. So if you're trying to resolve issues, you cannot resolve the issues on your own, because apparently you don't know how to solve the issues anyway. So you need someone who's an expert or with expertise to help you improve yourself, to help resolve the issues that you have, whether they're emotional, mental, whatever. You need someone who's willing, who's able to help you resolve the issues and whatever you're trying to solve.
I remember when I got to the point and I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I know that's not a cliche. It really is a feeling. You know what I mean? It really is a feeling. I promise you it's a feeling. And so I stumbled upon some information that had been around for hundreds of years to tell you how to solve your problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really simple. It says, when you change your mindset, you can change your world. And when you change your mind and how you approach things, you can change your world. When you change the way you think, you can change your world. And I said, well, let me try something new, because if everything I know is what I need to be successful, then it'll be working for me. But nothing was working for me, so I had to throw away what I knew and replace it with something else. So I tried this particular concept to try something new. And that was really the key, the golden key to getting rid of the problems that I kept having in my life. So apparently I wasn't getting a lesson every time I went back into life school, because right now this life we live is full of lessons.
With that being said, the best way to resolve something is to have a plan. And many of us cannot achieve our resolvement. Is that a word? Because I'm not saying resolution.
Resolve.
We can't resolve our issues because we don't have a plan. Anything you set out to do in life, you have to have a plan. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a plan and take it step by step, it's not going to work, because you're going to give up easily when you get discouraged, when the opposition shows up or when Murphy shows up, and you're going to get discouraged. So you have to have a plan when you're trying to resolve these issues. And that means you need that coach, because you're going to have to hear the positive and the negative, because you're not going to tell yourself the truth all the time. And so that's the problem. You have the lack of honesty coming from yourself. So that's why you need that person there to help you to say, hey, you're full of it. You're not sticking to your plan. Let's get back on track. And so you have to be honest with yourself. and stop listening to these individuals who give you the wrong perspective in life, and these amen cheerleaders and cheermen in your corner who are agreeing with all of the wrong that you're doing, because two wrongs don't make it right. And so you have to have this plan, you have to be honest, and you have to get the right perspective and get rid of the wrong perspective in your life.
Yeah, because I know for me, it's not hard. It just requires discipline.
And commitment.
Mm-hmm. To do what you are called to do, and that means walk in your purpose.
A lot of discipline.
Because what usually happens, like when we got that award this week, and I was sitting there, because when you had this big debate about the radio show, and the future that the radio show should go in, and what we should change, and the approach we should change, and I asked you one question. I said, okay, what are you good at? So I know what I'm good at, and you know what you're good at.
I don't dance no more. I make money moves.
So serious. And if you work your strength, it's gonna always work for you. And see, that's when you learn to be authentic and you learn to walk in your gift. I can't do what's popular. I can't do what's popular because that's not me. And that particular method ain't gonna work for me. It ain't gonna work for me to be messy. It's not gonna work for me to have a trash talk radio show. That won't work for me because that won't vibrate with my spirit and my energy. There's enough people out there doing that type of programming. But I think what I do and what we do is needed also. So that's when you have that internal validation, because just because it's popular and everybody doing it does not make it right. So I have to stand on and do what's true to me, and I have to do what I believe my purpose and my calling and my gift is. And then that way, I'm in my lane, and I'm filling the gap that's needed with the services that I render, and they filling the gap with filling with the need and the services that they render.
I agree. And also, one of the other things with that being said, many times we cannot make these things disappear or resolve them in life because we do not, it's so easy, believe in ourselves. Let me scratch it off my list. Believe in yourself.
Okay,
we do not believe in ourselves. And so you have to congratulate yourself on the small progress that you make in life.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is many of us have a very black and white attitude. We see the goals as either we achieve them or we fail. And there's no gray area. But you have to have the gray area when you are setting goals in your life, because believe it or not, you're not going to get everything in life that you pray for.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the gray area. So you're going to get many things you pray for, but you will not get all the things. So you have to have the gray area. And when you make it to the gray area, it's okay to pat yourself on the back and say, good job. So please talk to yourself. Commit some time to offer the same compassion and kindness to yourself that you do beating up yourself. Don't spend half of your day beating yourself down, being negative, and then spend a little bit of your day being positive. No, be more positive than negative. So pat yourself on the back when you do things. Congratulate yourself. Because, matter of fact, you can use all that energy and that stamina to uplift yourself rather than to kill yourself. Because positive thinking, positive talking goes a long way. It increases your energy. It increases your longevity. It increases a lot of things when you're positive. When you're negative, you look old and ugly. You do. You know the old ugly people? That's negative all the time. Just think about it. All negative people ugly. Think about it.
I think that
They are. Just think about it. Just think about it.
I think it's very important to.
You think Trump ugly?
Trump is very ugly. I don't call him Trump. 45 is ugly.
Pokemon.
Just Pokemon.
I think what is more so the energy and the spirit that he had. But I just want to give y'all a couple of takeaways for you to get started on your path to success.
Oh, resolving. Go ahead.
Okay, resolving.
That's my new word.
Develop some form of positive affirmation in your life. You have to have this every day. You have to have it, whether you spend the 10 minutes before you go to sleep at night or first thing you do in the morning when you wake up. I believe in doing both. The first thing in the morning and also the last thing at night. That way I set the tone for my day by positive affirmation, and I end my day with positive affirmations so that I can rest and go to sleep. We listen to